This is my 05 Duramax. I do custom metal fabrication at my shop here in Pennsylvania. This is our custom 4-link solid axle swap for these trucks. It is on 10-inch coilovers. We got about 6, it's adjustable, but right now it's at 8 in the front, 6-inch in the rear. In the rear we got a shackle flip setup, so it's actually stock blocks. And then we got this shackle flip setup that we build as well. So it gives it about 6 inches of lift overall. So it sits just right at this height in the front and that in the rear, so it's looking pretty good. But we are making a off-road bumper for it, so we're gonna get this thing pulled into the shop and pull the stock bumper off and get after it. So here we go. This is also a truck we built. This is my brother's truck. It's a 14 Ram. We did a 2500 front end swap on it. 4-link the rear, custom front upper control arms, lower control arms on A-ride. It's 24-inch wheels. It's plum crazy purple. The thing looks pretty good. It's a little dirty right now, so to keep them clean up here, but it's another one we did. So yeah, this is the shop up here. Pretty cool little setup we got. Let's get this thing in the shop. This here is also the mobile rig. We don't do a ton of mobile work, but when we do, it's nice to have the welder and the torches on there. So this is a daily driver. It's still got to look cool, so we threw some wheels on it. I think it looks pretty good for a shop truck. So this here is the shop. It's nothing huge, but it gets the job done. That's another project truck I'll go over. We'll be working on that this week as well. Just got a bunch of parts delivered for that, so we got to get the brakes done. A couple things with the driveline. I need to get the rear drive shaft made so we can drive it, ready for a test drive, but it runs. So more on this later, but here's a quick shot of it. It's pretty cool. 53 Ford F100, and it's got a 24 valve, the axles and transmission as well out of that stoner truck. So should be a pretty sweet build when it's done. Got some background noise of the plasma table running over here. Cutting some customer parts. So while that's going, I figured I'd shoot the intro to the first video here. Get this thing going. So let's get this front end taken apart. So we just got the bumper pulled off. Pretty easy process. Now we're gonna start getting some dimensions together, start working up the center section, and then once we have the center section figured out, how we're going to mount it to the truck and all that, then we'll work off to each side. And really we can just do one side and then just mirror that right to the other side. So let's pull some measurements and then we'll go from there. So I pulled some quick measurements. This will be like the rough profile of the bumper, and then from there I was able to create this whole center section with the little markings on the edges for where the bends will be, and then the center is cut out just for whether it's going to be a light bar or just an overlay. Basically lets us do whatever we want in there. So I'll customize an overlay for that after I get the general, base of the bumper built out. So let's go ahead and get a sheet loaded up and get this thing cut out. So we just got this off the plasma table, cleaned it all up, got it in the press brake. So we got the first two bends. They're gonna create a 90-degree bend. So each one's gonna be 45 degrees. And we got our angle finder zeroed out. So we'll get these going. And we're looking for 22.5, and typically you'll have a little bit of spring back, so half a degree over is just what we're looking for. And so we're gonna take this out, repeat it on this next one, and then this one down here is gonna be a 60-degree bend. So we're gonna have 3 bends to make up this front section, and then we'll start working on the mounts off the frame. Just got that center section all bent up in the press brake. Got it mocked up in place, pretty much where it'll sit. I gotta get the frame mounts designed up. So I'm gonna design up some mounts where it comes off of these 2 bolt holes and then it attaches to the frame. And then once all that's set in stone, I'm gonna get the wings kind of designed up and then go from there. It's looking good. All right, so I just got the mounts made up. Pretty simple design, should work out well. And then use the stock bolts on here, just because there's the factory like nut in the frame on the back side. And then on here I just dropped through a 1/2-inch bolt. So now we're gonna get this fit up to here and tack that on, and then we can start building out the sides on it. So alright, so I just got these side pieces designed up and all fit up, zeroed out. So now we're gonna get these tacked up. It's looking pretty good so far. I just got those tacked on. So now what we're gonna do is work off these outer edges, kind of figure out how far down we want to bring it. And then once that's in place, then we can make templates for these center pieces and connect the dots. So should look pretty good. I like when it's kind of lower in the middle and then it kind of comes up pretty harsh on the ends. So gonna see what we can do. I still want to keep all this this covered, so basically we're gonna probably match it where this edge comes down, probably just past here, so you don't see all this. Give it a real clean look, but I'm excited. It's coming along nicely. Coming along pretty good. I got this side piece on. It matches the radius real nice and it kind of flows real good. So next up, we're gonna get this piece here. So we're gonna tie in this plate over to there. So basically it's gonna follow this point down to that point, and then this point down to that point. And then it allows, since these are on different angles and planes, this will allow us to not have to add a bend on the top piece here. So this will just be one piece right up to here, and then it'll flow real nicely down into there. So I got it designed up. I'm gonna go cut it out on the CNC and clean it up, and then we'll get it fit up in there and tacked in there. So we got that piece fit in there. I went ahead and made a cardstock template, I should say. So that's gonna fit in there nicely. I like working with this stuff over, like, say, a cardboard, because this stuff cuts very nicely and it holds its shape, and it's a little more flexible in case you weren't working on like flat surfaces and you needed to kind of like follow the contour of something. This stuff's nice, it's thick, it holds its own, and it's super easy to work with, like I said. So we're gonna go ahead and get this in the computer, pull some measurements, and then we're gonna get that in there, and then we just have that last piece on the bottom to tie everything together. And then we're gonna just take all this stuff, mirror it to that side, cut them out on the plasma table, and we're gonna get it all fit up. So should have this thing fit up within a couple hours, and we're ready to weld out. So I'm going to be adding clevis hook mounting points down here. I do not have them in the, they're on their way shipping. My plasma table can cut up to 1/2 inch, but I wanted to use something more like 1 inch or 7/8 inch thick. So those are on the way. They will get welded on when they get here. And that is the final. Oh, and I have fog lights coming. Those are just LED pods. So once those get here, I'll drill the holes for them. And then in the meantime, this will get welded out, and I'll be able to get this thing painted and cut my overlays out and go from there. So yeah, it should look pretty sweet. Let's get this in the computer and cut out. Check out that fitment. It's looking pretty good. Alrighty, we just got that welded in there. Fits up very nice. So we're gonna get this bottom piece in here, down here, up to there. Quick and easy little thing. And then we're gonna do some YouTube magic and snap our fingers, and that side's just gonna be done. And then we're gonna be able to pull it off, weld it out, and it's gonna be looking awesome. I'm excited. So let's get that bottom piece cut out, weld it on, this side done, and pull this thing off. So there we have it. This side is done. Just got this bottom piece on. It looks awesome. Everything fit up really, really nice. Super happy with it. So now we're gonna cut everything out and get this side shaped in, and then we can pull it off and weld it up. It looks awesome though. I'm super happy with it. Sweet, let's get after it. All right, that's the final fitment. Looks really good. About to pull it off and weld this thing up. One last look before I pull it off. Nice. Alrighty, so we just got this all ground down and finished up. So now we're gonna clean up a little bit of surface rust on it everywhere, wipe it down and prime it. So that way we can spray. The backside's gonna get sprayed with just a oil-based paint, and then on the outside we're gonna do like a spray-on Raptor liner. So it should look pretty sweet. And then we gotta drill a couple holes for our lights yet. The center is going to be a light bar, and then the 2 pods on each side, but there's going to be overlays around each one, and then same thing with the middle around the light bar. So it should look pretty good. I'll get some videos when it's all finished up, but for this video, that's about it. We're wrapped up. So these will be on the site. We're going to do welded, and then also like a DIY kind of weld it yourself kit. So I'll figure out pricing and shipping and all that, but keep an eye out. When this video goes up, it might not be on the website just yet. I do want to get this video out, and then I'll figure out the shipping and all that in the meantime and get that up hopefully this week. But just keep an eye out if that's interesting to you. If you're local to Northampton, Pennsylvania, I will be able to build these and install them for you. But if you're anywhere else, I can offer shipping. And like I said, the weld it yourself kits. So keep an eye out if that's interesting to you. And other than that, have a great day. Thanks for watching.